Meanwhile, Police Minister Bheki Cele says that there's no need to deploy the army to Port Elizabeth's gang-riddled northern areas.
Residents have been calling for soldier deployment in the area. A dedicated police anti-gang unit is now operative in the area. The minister was on an oversight visit to track the progress of a task team investigating gangs. Our reporter Lerato Thipa has more.
Well, you've seen that nationally the minister is taking a non-nonsensical approach towards crime and fighting crime at every single level. In PE, the same is true. He spent the better part of his morning really trying to find exactly the issues of crime, especially the issues of gangsterism in areas such as the northern areas. He joins us now after he has just addressed people here in Boysons Park who were complaining a few weeks ago about the high levels of crime in this area. Minister, a huge call from people here for the army to deploy to this area. Your views on that?
Well, it was the first call ever. I've been here several times. I'm sure it's not a call that has a pressure because the police can't do the work. And secondly, people can see things happening in Cape, as they've mentioned that they like what they see, but they also they said they like what they see happening in Johannesburg. In Johannesburg, there are no soldiers, so which means police can do the work without being supported by soldiers. We'll wait, we'll come back here. And for now, from our side, we see no reason. We think the police are equal to the task, but it's nothing wrong listening to the communities when they speak. But for now, we will push and make sure that police, they put the extra effort and they do the work.
Minister, in terms of the task team that was set up to address gangsterism, any progress on the task team yet?
Yes, there is. One progress is that there are quite several people that have been sent to prison for many years, including life sentences here. I think there are 19, if I'm not mistaken. But starting again, beginning of the year coming now, there are 37 people that have been arrested related to gangsterism per se. And those people, most of them or all of them, as mentioned, the inside we have successfully opposed the bail, which means that their cases are serious. For us, that is progress. But what will give us even more success and more progress is that the anti-gang unit will stop being a task team now. We're forming it as a national special force nationally, so we'll be able to jet them in and jet them out as they are necessary in those particular. One thing that helps on having those national units is that you bring the people that are not known, that have no relationship with gangsters, that will come there, do the work, working with intelligence, working with the communities. We believe that from here on, we can only improve in dealing with gangsterism here.
Minister, another problem that came out was the issues of alleged corruption of police officers. Is there a plan to also address that?
Well, I always say this thing. South African police is one of the most policed entity. Besides that themselves are police, they are most policed. There are quite several issues. Within the South African police, we have an anti-corruption unit within the South African police left at the national level. But we have things like IPIT, the body that is looking after the corruption of the police. So immediately we get that information, we will send the relevant structures to come and check that. Let me say, Lerato, we have many people that are arrested who happen to be South African police, including that we arrested 5 of them in Johannesburg, that they were collaborating with the foreign nationals that are committing crime. So we'll do that without favor. We will continue to make sure that if you choose to take off the blue uniform and put the orange uniform, we'll be there to help you to do that. So the issues that were raised today, we gave the numbers where the request is that give us the names of those individual police, send them to head office, because they complain that if they tell to the local police, they go back to tell those gangsters. So if it goes to national office, we'll come back with the office of the National Commissioner Deputy to come and investigate. If needs to open cases, we'll follow the criminal procedures so that you don't just get arrested, you also lose the job. You don't belong to this organization if you're corrupt.
Lastly, Minister, good news for this area, police station coming in the next month?
Yes, it was called in December. At least we have time frames now. By end of September, the police station will be here. I'm sure we'll come back to hand over it to the community. We will have new police there. We hope that we'll work together and the relationship between ourselves and the community will be better, and it will impact positively and deal with criminality in this area so that people can live in peace.
Thank you so much, Minister. Thank you. Well, there was a Minister of Police, Minister Bheki Cele, saying that good news for this area. People that protested 2 weeks ago are complaining about high crime in the area. Now at last there's going to be a police station in this area to address crime. Also saying that for now there's no need to deploy an army to this area, saying the police in this area and in PE are adequate enough and efficient enough to address the crime levels in this area. It's back to you in studio.